Hey everyone. First of all, I guess I'd like to thank Alex for having us here. Even though I protested violently against being called a feature, and you will notice that I'm not even using the same microphone as Susan, just because that is... No kidding, I couldn't. It's too sacred. It's too sacred. But yes, he's right. He's right. Doesn't really. I'm sorry if you guys came here expecting Beatnik stuff. A little background. Hi, I'm Ryan Miller. Basically, what happened about 10 years ago is myself and a couple of friends of mine started dicking around on the internet writing poetry. That's about it. We didn't try to really do anything too special. We just kind of said, you know what, we could probably do that. That sounds pretty easy. And I'm pleased to say that 10 years later, we're still pretty much just dicking around on the internet writing poetry. So, you know, here's for growth. Again, I didn't bring a whole lot of things to read, because what I've done, what I do, what myself and the people that I'm pleased to know and work with do, is we just basically all get together. We're a collective. I try not to be the center of attention here, because I suck at it. And
I don't believe that.
It's true, but the whole point is basically we decided that if you ever free yourself from the belief that everything you do has to be good, if you allow yourself to make some mistakes, if you allow yourself to fuck up sometimes, who knows, every now and then some shit might turn out alright. So, in that vein, as I said, Bad Beatnik Poetry, an internet group, you guys could join it, it'd be awesome, is really about myself and everybody that I know kind of collaborating and creating shit. So, Mr. Clayton Gates, could you do me a favor and grab that board right next to you?
I'd love to.
Yeah, basically I'm a hack. That's my whole point. That's what I said. I feel bad following Susan, but you will see here that I've got a board full of pre-made magnetic poetry words. In varying degrees of professionality, that's kind of sort of in line with us, but please, pass this around. Maybe make a line or two. Maybe, you know, all create one big poem, maybe make a line, maybe make two, maybe make 15 haikus. I don't care. Whatever you make, however, and I want everybody to get a piece of this if you would, whatever you make at the end of the time that I'm reading whatever bullshit I read, I'll perform your pieces. So go ahead and make them really awkward for me. I'd like to start with a piece dedicated to one of my favorite stories, unrequited love and passion. Withdrawn, I hide inside my shell, and raging fires burn within me. Why have you spurned me so quickly? You make me feel like such a monster. For you, I've built castles in the sky, and now I sit alone and cry. The aforementioned internal fires are all that warm these lonely spires. I wish you could see that space itself has not space enough for my ambition, for you, for us, my sweet, as sweet as peaches. But instead, you'd rather be with Mario. Yeah, I don't write poems or punchlines. Every time his name escaped her lips, she would wince and cringe and clench her fists. It wasn't his name that she was trying to say. She tried and failed to cry it away. She had erased the thoughts of what he said, his birthday, phone number, their nights in bed. But that name remained to steal the place of those more deserving of her grace. She spoke and spoke to cleanse her throat of the one word which she hated most, which still into her voice box crept, and which still sometimes she heard when she slept. Her practice made her feel at ease. She could now say any name she pleased, but after many years of perfect days, the name came back. She'd been betrayed. Her mind had given her no choice. The name was not only in her voice. Silence alone was not an option. It was her thought now that gave her caution. So now he, who views her with desire, had best few words from her require, and know that there's no higher praise than when she puts her finger to his lips. And just as they're about to kiss, whispers, "No names, dear, no names." There was once a man who couldn't spell commitment, and by whom the word loyalty could not be said. He tried and tried to write fidelity, but failure always came out instead. He had not always been this way. Some years ago there'd been a switch, and when asked to tell his tale, he'd say, "Well, a couple of years ago I was dating this fucking witch." Make sure to pass the board, you guys don't. Are you got some for me already?
No. No. That's not at all.
Are you using Batman yet?
Yes. It's Batman. There's some good words on this board. It's hard to choose.
You guys see the rest of it? This one comes from an epic battle that I believe was lost in time somehow in history. I don't know how this really people seem to have forgot this happened, but this is the epic tale of Robo Rhino versus Sharktopus. Part 1. I have feelings deep inside my bosom that rhyme. For this rhino I've cried, so he could know the flavor of that for which he fights. The circus and wires and blinking lights, he kept true his spirit that was locked to us, the spirit he lost in his fight with Sharktopus. Part 2. The champion's hero, this rhinoceros, who set from Cape Horn to battle the evils in our hearts with good hope. He steeled his heart against doubt, just as the doctor steeled his skin against war. For true heroes come within and have the fire to lead the charge, in a motor housed by their ribs. Part 3. A hero rhino's love. Talia tried not to let her feelings show as her beloved trumped away. She had prepared for when he'd go, knowing her love must yield to fate. Her reflection, however, in his plaited hide betrayed the feelings she'd been shunning. Her tears leapt free when soon he lied, but a hero's dishonesty is oft called cunning. It was for her he raised his horn and marched off towards the water. He charged through fields of flames and worlds of war to trample any evil that may spot her. Part 4. Madness and tyranny. O reasonable souls, look away all, and heed not the lulling ocean's call. For deep within it waiting swims the most dreadful and hated monster of them all. Beneath the waves in peaceful surface, Sharktopus prowls with deadly purpose. With jaws so fierce they armor pierce, and tentacles that accomplish countless murders. The time for reason beneath the sea has ended. With shark and octopus it is blended. In clouds of ink great ships will sink, leaving holes in hulls and hearts unmended. A predator which scoffs at prayer, a beast which hunt no human dares, the devil's own white whale, against which no Ahab would sail, for no madness could inspire man to abandon care. Part 5. Fully charged. As Robo Rhino navigated towards the scene of the most recent marine disaster, he and his foe on a collision course, our hero charged his laser blasters. He'd seen the worst that Sharktopus could do, destroy a massive oil tanker. But his eyes were shielded from inky goo, and boats aren't bolstered by righteous anger. The aquatic fiend came to surface as the beach and the mortal enemy's eyes first met. Each seeing in each other a fearsome beast, one clad in armor, the other wet. And moments peace before they headed into battle as fierce as Armageddon. Part 6. The rhino that fell, and the Sharktopus who also fell. When the titans clashed and crashed, there was a mighty din. When the clash and thrash obscured what was within, the thrash and splash caused by tentacle and fin was met by the flash and blast of lasers homing in. They fought and tore against each other in the froth and roar of rays that thundered, when they lost so much more and began to wonder if they'd sought a war from which they'd not recover. The brutal might of the fearsome beast. Exactly. Yeah, that's, I meant to write that here. The brutal might of the fearsome beast meant the duel, this plight which had been released, would accrue all night in gruesome feast, and pools of bread-ripe blood would be released. The robo-rhino in his armored hide could no more find a place to hide, and his solo pride, for which he tried to hold on tight, began to subside. Growing weary and tired from hours of more and merely acquiring a few burns and scores, our hero's steely and wired core know he must surely bring his riding foe ashore. Hours later, and miles apart, Talia felt a whimper in her heart, and knew without a doubt, she knew inside, the outcome of the fight. Robo-Rhino tied. Part 7 next time. We'll do the sequel.
Okay.
Next time I see you guys.
I know.
Hey, tied.
She was wrong.
Yeah, that one gets me right here.
Doesn't mean poor Talia. Just a girl.
One of the things that I promised that I would do is, again, we've got a lot of people who write a lot of poems for us. I promised I would read one. This one is by my brother, Zach.
Thanks, Zach.
Chariots of fire, broken ash scar, submerged in 1,000 castles' sand, dead with blackened fist, stained from the arts of vast ambition. Clinching a final treasure, a secret from God, the boy, the naked and open, hiding beneath the knuckles, and other palms baring themselves like teeth to hell. Hanging by his stem from the monkey bars, the ash boy looms a crucifix of arrested bloom over the battle playground, whispering, warning the other delicate flowers around him, grow at your own risk. The children, could they hear? They haven't yet grown into their ears. Giggling, they climb his back and stick their tongues at him. And they love their ash boy without ever mentioning. It whispers, hearts, kisses, suffering the carved conventions of lovers, and lie like the tree. Bark scared and initiated bites. The ash boy burns but does not scream. Love, fire is. The girl on the tire swing, melting in the sun like forgotten chocolate, smolders a slow burn against moon, starring while the sky calls itself night, and asks in a voice unaccustomed to prayer for petals of the hand to taste the light. The ash boy rose, wondering which, love or life, was the greater vanity. No man is innocent of love, but wrongly accused, just as life is committed every day by people who never get caught. Thank you. And, I'm just kind of running out of stuff to read. Normally, a lot of the stuff that I do is all really short, stupid things. Again, it's kind of like my, I don't know, I guess I kind of write poems like I have sex. It's always really kind of short in some way. For example, where is my... Is my haiku fest. Hold on, you guys are in trouble now.
Haikus can be really powerful in a short amount of time. And not disappointing.
Is that
I'm just doing a version of Love is a Highway. It's Love is a Haiku. I want to write it for about 17 syllables. Too many fortunes. Can't decide which one I want to add in bed to. Let's mock the third world. Coney Island Gorge session. It's 4th of July. Bird with one leg hops. Bug with no wings is forced to crawl. Snake with no fangs sucks. Simplest verse form. It's just 575. Half-assed poetry. Nothing is worse than rednecks eating granola. Pretentious failures. I can't believe I just did that one live. It would be so tranquil if it weren't for the screeching white-winged vermin.
I hate seagulls.
I don't know why I'm doing this. Thanks, Alex. This is your fault. I'm sad to say you cannot be the... Where is it? I'm sad to say that you cannot be the person in my dreams. There's never anybody in my dreams. I'm just flying in clouds made of jello. How are we doing on the magnet board, guys?
Yeah, I was like,
Are we ready for this?
you guys had a chance
Do we have anything put together?
Jason.
Alright. While you're doing that, I will see if I can find maybe something else worth it. He left no stains of his regret, no kids, no car, no outstanding debt. It was as if he'd gone and swept up after himself before he left. It's as though he made himself a bet, where the winner was the first who to forget. This is my, every now and then I write entirely prototypical, sort of, because again, I guess if anybody knows Alex and they knew that I went to high school with them, they'll probably not be surprised that I write poetry like this sometimes. I moistened my finger with my own black tears. Throughout these past years, the tear stain lingers. I raise it to the sky after I gently brush my eyes, a heart that doesn't warm, and warns me of the storm. I'm in its middle, the black tears just trickle, my own personal weather violin. Thank you. Thank you. And now it's time for me to cry again. Okay, come on, Alex. Alright, I'm almost done with you guys. I'm sorry.
I'm ready for this board.
Got one for me?
I'm like excited. Yeah. Word activities.
I'm gonna go ahead and Richard's got something for me to read. It's for me to read.
Yes.
Oh, delightful.
For you.
Ah, we are the 99%. Awesome. I'm like Mork. Nobody. Back from the grave, harder than Grim Reaper's flask of whiskey, more callous than a cowboy's hand grasping raw rope for a calf to save, but they can dismiss me. But I'll climb that social ladder and take my ship for those who stand in the way, for we are the 99%. Rain down on our heads like hailstones during an ice age apocalypse, for we are the 34%? How about 34% of your head on a silver platter like organized religion? You've outlived your usefulness. But we can baptize you in your foolishness, for we are the 99. You twist words like twist ties, those ties that bind 8-year-olds of death and destruction over oil, blood, and foreign soil. Souls that had to die so the devil in the details could collect the deeds while the bodies came home in body bags. Hefty bags, but these bags have souls much heavier than you ever had, for we are the 99. You pick apart policy for pleasure, you patronize the public because you think you know better, run the government like a business? Well, I'd be the first to fire your ass if you tried, capitalistic, egotistical oppressor, because we are the 99. Thank you, Richard. Poor time. So I'm just going to put all of this together and see if it actually makes
Drum roll.
any fucking sense. Just come on. Yeah. Now we got some motion.
I have faith in you.
You're not allowed to drop it at the end.
Horse, is this the name of this poem? Horse Bingo Mouth. Attention! Apparent, sinister touch upon a kiss achieved, violent porcupine. Motion on. Scorpion pounce like money. Jump crazy to lighthouse sway. Confused dead Jesus, the fish vegetable. Popsicle afraid and black holy salami betrayal.
Oh, no.
Righteous kiss explode like bright revolution. That was unfortunate sadness waves. Naughty parties explode. Without their swarthy horde of pink brain ninja heels, finger our power might as ours speaks, Captain Awesome. Transcend poetry like a fiction, as mean in speech and a line as pumpkin police. White alien drip below the groovy trip of surprise, dream tears alone. Popsicle fix, we got popsicle fixture shake gnarly gazebo with sandhorse ghost soul. Statue wheel today, tomorrow prison toddler is being kind to me. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's pretty much it.